Yo, I'm Spaghetti36, and if you're wondering which knife will make you the most money, I have everything you'll need in this video because I recorded the prices of every knife in the game over the past 6 months and over the CS2 hype to see which made the most money, and I can guarantee you will not guess the best one. But starting with the poor return, we'll see the karambit, skeleton, classic, nomad, butterfly, stiletto, and bayonet. While the more expensive options like the butterfly and karambit may be a surprise to some, it makes sense because they're already so expensive, it's harder for them to double like a $200 knife easily could. But the ones that did surprise me a little are the stiletto and the nomad, since they've been consistently outpacing the market for a while now, but I guess they've just lost some steam. But now you know the ones to avoid. So moving on to the average returns, it's going to be the talon, paracord, huntsman, survival, M9, and the falchion knife. And we actually have quite a mixed bag here. The most surprising one is actually the M9 for me because it's so expensive. It just doesn't make sense for it to match the returns of something like the falchion when the falchion is like $1,000 cheaper, but it's nothing too surprising. So I'll move on to the good returns, and that's going to be the bowie, gut knife, shadow daggers, navaja, and the ursus. And you may notice a common theme here in that all of these are pretty cheap knives, especially the gut and the navaja, and to see them outperform almost every other knife in the game isn't something I expected. And something that didn't catch me quite as off guard is the ursus knife, as a long time ago I actually called it out in the comments of one of my videos, but I believed it was undervalued and could see it rising more, and lo and behold. But it just goes to show you that it's not all the looks that makes it increase, because ursus is such a standard basic knife. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, the best knife investment goes to the flip knife. It has a staggering 2.25x return. For what reason, I have absolutely no clue, but this significantly outpaces every single knife in the entire game, and it actually makes it a decent option to pick up overall if it continues this trend. And now to briefly summarize the findings that I've had for the CS2 hype increase, and that's generally going to be the cheaper the knife is, the more it will increase during a spike in popularity / hype. And I simply believe that's just because when people come into the game, they see numbers going up, they want to get in on the market, and so they buy what they can afford, and that's generally the cheaper knives. But which knife should you pick up exactly? And this is where the stats don't help you as much, because as a general rule of thumb, knives are not the best investment in the game. If you look at cases or stickers, you'll most likely see a better return over the same time span, meaning the best recommendation I can give you, simply buy your favorite knife that has had a minimum of 1.6x in the past 6 months and invest the difference in money into something else in the game, like cases. A good example would be looking at the bayonet knife. If I bought this 6 months ago and waited until now, I'd be up $315. But if I bought the ursus knife and then put the difference into chroma 3, I would be up 218 from the ursus, and then I'd be up 594 from the chroma 3. So with the same amount of money spent, time waited, and I get to still use a knife, I get $500 more in profit. And one thing to remember is I looked at how much money you'd make per dollar you put in, not just the returns flat out. Otherwise, the butterfly knife would always win. So also keep that in mind when you're choosing your investments, not just knives. But yeah, I hope this video helped you find which knife you should buy, and I will have to give credit to Master Shiny for this video idea. I'll link it in the description. But if you enjoyed this content, I'd appreciate a subscription. Other than that, bye-bye.